You know me, SDMT. Big news right here, man. The Cleveland Browns named Baker Mayfield as their starting quarterback, man. I like this move, man. This is huge. Their number one overall pick in the draft gets to take the helms of the offense. You know, a lot of Tyrod Taylor fans out there are not happy. You know, they're saying that, Tyrod should still be the quarterback, but it seems like everybody in Cleveland was ready for change. When, Baker Mayfield's on the field, people are more hyped. And, the offense is a little bit more dangerous because Baker Mayfield is out there looking to make big plays. He's going to make some big plays. He's going to make some mistakes, but he's going to take those risks. Tyrod Taylor, he's a serviceable, solid quarterback. He's not going to lose games for you. He's not going to make a lot of mistakes, but he may not win games because he's scared to take those risks. So we look at Tyrod Taylor through the first two games. He's had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, okay? So people say, oh, that's not that bad. But if it was Drew Brees, you would say that's trash. If it was Tom Brady, if it was Aaron Rodgers, if it was Russell Wilson, you would say that's trash. So not comparing him to those top quarterbacks, but also saying he needs to produce more. He has a lot of weapons. The Browns went out there and they made a lot of moves to make that team more dangerous. And I just think that Baker Mayfield just can help distribute that ball and also make bigger plays because he's going to take those risks. The Browns did lose Josh Gordon. That's huge right there. And my bad for not doing a video on that. I got caught up with a lot of things. But, Josh Gordon is a beast. But off the field, there's some situations right there that, the Browns got tired of dealing with. He's now a Patriot. The Browns got a conditional 5th-round pick for that. Now let's bring it back to Baker Mayfield, man. I'm hyped for the Browns, man. This is awesome. Baker Mayfield, he has that it factor. He has that charisma. He has that swagger. He's that that leader of your team, the locker room. They're saying that they love Baker Mayfield, which is crazy because, they also love Tyrod Taylor. So, Baker Mayfield just has that personality of that quarterback that you want to play for and, and that you're going to give that little extra effort for. You can kind of tell that Jarvis Landry and Baker Mayfield have a great chemistry. They connected on some passes. And Jarvis Landry actually threw Baker Mayfield a touchdown. He posted on his Instagram about that, very happy about it. And, gave some insight on what they said before that play in the huddle. So we know that, Baker Mayfield, is liked in that locker room. Cleveland loves him. They're ready for this move. Tyrod Taylor, you got yourself a solid backup. And, if Baker Mayfield struggles, you can go back to a Tyrod Taylor. When you select a quarterback number 1 overall, there's a clock ticking. It's ticking. How long can you wait before you get them to play? They get paid a lot of money, the number 1 overall pick. So it's only a matter of time before you have to get them on the field. You are an investment. The Browns really believed in Baker Mayfield. It was a shock that he was selected number 1 overall. So the Browns really believe in him and believe that he can be their franchise quarterback. Now, we know what Tyrod Taylor brings to the game. We know what his ceiling is. Now, Baker Mayfield, we don't know. We don't know how high or how low. So this is a big move for the Browns. I think this is a great move for the Browns because this can get them building and developing Baker Mayfield going into their future. Now, if you get the number 1 pick in the draft, normally you're a bad team. So if you're on a bad team, you don't have that much to lose. Now, with Baker Mayfield, you put him out there. He already played very well in that Jets game, helped them get that W. They ended that L streak. So at this point, Tyrod Taylor, the first few games, people say, he was a field goal away from beating the Steelers or this team or that team. But you can't depend on field goals. You got to score touchdowns. Tyrod Taylor went to the Browns and they drafted a quarterback number 1. So you're not in their future plans. So you should be out there, doing your best, score points, and get the job done. The first few games, he did okay. He was serviceable. At this point, Baker Mayfield, that offense just looks a lot more dangerous for Baker Mayfield out there. He's going to scramble. He's going to make plays. He's going to make mistakes. But he's going to learn when and when not to pull that trigger and take those risks. So you want him to gain that experience out on that field. You're the Browns. People are like, oh, he's going to be like Johnny Manziel. I don't think that Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel are very similar other than they have a lot of personality. They have, a lot of charisma. The thing about Johnny Manziel it always seemed like football wasn't the most important thing to him. He had other things going on. He's hanging out with Drake and he's doing all these other things. You know, he came from a rich family. Baker Mayfield, it kind of seems like football is the, you know, the core of everything, and everything goes around football for him. So I believe that Baker Mayfield loves the game, and he's going to put that work in, and he's going to do his best to be successful. We will see how successful he ends up in Cleveland. That is a tough place for any quarterback to start your career. So the Browns made a great move. I'm kind of mad at you, Jackson, for taking so long to, you know, announce it. He waited till Monday, but it is what it is. They're going with Baker Mayfield. It's Baker time in Cleveland. Cleveland, turn up, go crazy. You know, you guys have a young quarterback that is going to take risks and try to make plays, and sometimes he's going to succeed and sometimes he's going to fail, but at least you have that young player and that gives you that spark and gives you that excitement in your city. You know, Browns have a lot to be excited about, and Tyrod Taylor, they have a solid backup. You know, if anything goes wrong, if Baker struggles, you can always go back to Tyrod. Tyrod will be there, and maybe next year Tyrod can, you know, play somewhere else. But with the Browns, I just think that Baker Mayfield is a better fit. It's time for him to just really go in there and distribute that ball and get it to all those playmakers that the Browns have, you know. So you guys make sure, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Drop your thoughts below, you know what I'm saying. Do you think it's Baker time, or are you a big Tyrod fan? I have a lot of Tyrod fans on my Instagram, and they're so mad about this move. And Tyrod Taylor, people love him, but we know he's a game manager. We know he had a short contract in Cleveland, so he wasn't in their future. And, you know, the Browns did select the quarterback #1 overall, so you knew this move was going to come, whether it came game 4, game 6, game 12, or next season. You know, probably wasn't going to be next season. If you draft the quarterback #1, that guy's going to play. You know what I mean? He's going to play sometime that year. A lot of people don't like the young quarterback start early. They talk about, you know, maybe guys like, you know, Aaron Rodgers sat for a while, but Aaron Rodgers fell in the draft. You know, he wasn't a top 5 or top 10 pick. So it's hard to compare Aaron Rodgers to that because he was sitting behind Brett Favre. He went to a good team. You know, these quarterbacks that get picked early, they go to bad teams. So sooner or later, you're going to get pushed out there and teams want to see what you can do. And, you know, either you swim or you drown. You know what I'm saying? Swim or drown. And we'll see if Baker Mayfield can swim or drown. Let me know what you guys think below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on my notifications. Follow me on Instagram at SDMT619, baby. You already know. SDMT!